Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another Dear Sadie and P, where we read your letters from 3 months ago. And today...
We're catching up.
Yeah, we're catching up. Today's was sent in September, and it's December.
Not too bad.
Dear Sadie and P, almost a year ago, I wrote you a letter about a dilemma I was having. I was in a relationship, but I felt attracted to someone else. A lot of water has flowed under the bridge since then, and today I must tell you that I'm still attracted to her, but only from a distance. And I'm still in my original relationship, now about to celebrate 3 years together. What I'm dealing with now is a new problem, the lack of intimacy. Neither of us lives alone, and we haven't been intimate in over a year. At first, the excuse was not having a space where we could be at ease. And then it turned into tension because, according to her, I never initiated anything. And I get that, but maybe it's that I have internalized age gap phobia or something like that, because I felt really uncomfortable being the one 22 years old to initiate with her, who's 43. So time passed and we stopped connecting, and I feel it in all aspects of our relationship. I heard someone say that when the time in bed is good, it makes up 5% of the relationship, but when it's bad, it makes up 95%. And that's what's happening with us. It's hard for us to talk about it, and we end up spending time in completely different ways. We talk about philosophy, music, literature, film, playing guitar, piano, go for walks, cook together, kiss, but we don't have sex. I don't know if this letter is appropriate to send you, but I remember that you also went through a rough patch at some point and mentioned that you needed to work on that part of your relationship. I'm really afraid of lesbian bed death, and I think I'm going through it. Do you have any suggestions on how I could work on this?
Well, we go through those moments. I mean, a year is a long time, not that long. But we go through those moments, but for different reasons. Like either I'm super busy in my head, or you like it comes again. Like we are both two people that need the planets to be aligned.
That's so
in
sad.
In order things to happen, and it's not just me, like, and being busy might be even an excuse, but it's also you. I feel like
I forget about it, honestly.
What do you forget?
Oh, I have like a fish memory.
Yeah, there is
and if we don't do it consistently, I forget that I like it, and I'm like,
yeah,
whatever. I don't even remember how it was. Like, forget about it. Let's just.
I do remember.
I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Like, I mean, of course I have like a, but I don't have an emotional memory. You know, I don't have the emotional connection to it. It's almost like we've just been roommates for this whole time, and we've never done anything intimate.
Yeah,
that's how it feels like to me. Maybe it's the autism. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, but it's weird. But
because when we were doing it more often, I remember like I was, you know.
But the first years is always like that for every couple. Okay, so it's a common thing, right? That happens, and
but I think consistency is important, and now we don't have that, and now it becomes even more difficult. It's like it's like taking a shower.
Yeah.
You know how hard it gets when you like haven't taken a shower for a while, just to like go in there and get in the shower and get your hair wet. You know, it becomes more and more difficult.
I don't relate to that, but maybe we can talk about another example.
Okay.
But I don't feel that this is actually changing my relationship with you, because I'm a very playful person. You know that, super playful. So that we're not growing like strangers, even if it's not happening as consistently as it used to be.
I don't even know if I want it to be any more consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And me neither. I don't want it to be, because it feels actually more like now it's changing. Like it feels more unnatural if it's consistent than natural. Because in real life, you know how many people live lives as single people. They don't get to be intimate with another person. And we were talking about this the other day, like how many couples focus on, we don't do it anymore as we used to. Something is broken in our relationship. Oh my God. And they go into this panic thingy and they focus so much on they believe in this concept that if you don't do it consistently, there's something broken in the relationship. They believe it so much that they start growing apart, or they don't talk about it, they don't communicate about it, and things really start going badly.
So you think lesbian bed death is alright? It's all cool.
I don't even believe in deathbed.
Death.
I don't even believe in bad death. What does it even mean?
Not deathbed. It doesn't mean deathbed, that's for sure.
I'm talking about belief systems.
Okay.
And how they define a certain situation. I feel like if people start thinking, wait a second, things are evolving into a different way.
Yeah, but why is it so common in lesbians? Let's talk about that, because it is.
It's not common in lesbians.
It is.
Not
That's
at all.
where the term comes from, lesbian bed death. It's like a common experience.
Another belief. It's not true.
I mean, it's not a myth. It's like
No,
actually
I was
people.
married for 20 years. I was in a straight relationship for 20 years. And I can tell you that it's not true. There is bad death even in a straight couple, and it becomes, even then, for us, back then, it becomes not consistent. Like the first years, it's totally natural. People don't look at this as something that natural happens. Also because we are human beings that are supposed to actually expand. Like they say that there is a scientific study where they say that the attraction lasts, like we are programmed, where the attraction lasts for 5 years. And then it dies because we're supposed to be with other people.
Oh, well, this took a turn.
Yeah, so there's this, okay, to take into consideration, right?
So what we're doing is unnatural, like
No.
being together with one person?
No, I'm explaining how the consistency is so very much attached to the biological way we work, that biological system, right?
Yes.
So it's attached to that. That's why then it becomes more rare, So that's my explanation. But on a spiritual level, on a level which is higher than just biological, okay? When you have a connection, it all starts from connection. So if you have a certain connection with a person and you keep that closeness, then you start giving more value to having sex on certain occasions, on rare occasions, when it's different, and it opens up to a different belief system, actually, what I'm saying, which is that it becomes more natural when it's not dictated by hormones, it's not dictated by the biological thing I was explaining before, the scientists are talking about. When it's not biological, okay, it actually is different. Like you have to find, like, sex is more than biological. Sex is connecting on a very intimate level, and it's almost like a playground. If you're not ready to play and be playful, and in your heart, that's why I'm saying I'm so much in my head many times that I don't even think about sex, So, but if you're not there and you just need to wait, is somebody playing with me now? And you're not there because your planets are not aligned, or you are thinking about something. So I'm just, and then there is this place, it's in between us, it's a playground in between us. And there are times when we find each other in there.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I always thought of sex as like an itch to scratch, and if you stop having the itch, there's no need to scratch it. Like, you eat when you're hungry, but if you're not hungry, why would you eat? It's not even, maybe that's why lesbian bed death is a thing, because, hormonally speaking, men have a consistent itch to scratch and women don't necessarily, and it's entirely biological, this part that I'm talking about.
That's what I was about to say. Yes,
especially when you get to a certain age, or your hormones are starting to calm down, maybe your body's getting ready for different things and that you're not in charge of, and whether that's menopause or going into your 30s, let's say, because I was totally different in my earlier 20s, right?
Of course.
And that can change a lot of things too. It's not just because we're in a long-term relationship. It's just like we're changing as individuals in that sense. And I don't know if I would like to go back to what I had in my earlier 20s with you. You know, I don't think I want that. But there's a part of my brain that's like, if it's not happening, it means there's something wrong with the connection.
Right.
And that's what you mean, like with the belief system.
Exactly.
Right? And it's not true. You're right about that. It's not true. Because the connection is there, whether we're like engaging in sexual activity or not. I mean, there's asexual connections as well, like people who just generally are not interested in sex, and they still can have that loving connection with another person.
I don't believe in asexual connection, but that's a totally different topic.
Well, you're not asexual, so you can't say you don't believe in it. It exists.
It exists, but I kind of, like, I have a theory about it. But again, let's not talk about this. It's not the topic.
I think I'm going to cut that out. You're going to get canceled.
I don't care. You can cancel anytime you want.
But now you have to say what's your theory.
YouTube still, I can still have a voice.
Okay, wait. What's your theory? I want to know. Just shortly.
Well, I need to do some more research, but the theory I have on top of my head that most of the people who claim maybe asexuality exists, let me say that,
okay,
but people might use the asexuality as an excuse, because that's also a coping mechanism, a toxic one.
Oh,
so I'm not saying that it's the case for everyone who claims being asexual, but I believe that many people hide behind this, Anyway,
oh boy. Okay, yeah. We're not going to go into that any further, I think. Should I leave it in?
Sure.
Okay, just making sure.
So, responding to this letter, what it feels to me is that you guys have this relationship, but there is a huge elephant in the room. Huge.
Which is?
Which is not having sex, unless you guys talk about it. Like, communicate about it and what that means for you. And so I don't know if I didn't hear it, but does she say that they talk about it in the letter?
No, she kind of says they avoided it and talk about everything else but that.
Exactly. So the elephant is in the room.
Yeah. And also about the age gap thing and initiating, I never was like waiting for the older person to initiate. I don't think it's a thing. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just behave like you're in a normal straight age couple.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel it, you can initiate it, and it's probably going to be welcomed, because maybe she feels tentative because of the age gap to initiate it with you. Because that can be something you go through, right? I do. There are times when our age gap hits me so hard. Like yesterday. Yesterday I had this kind of crisis. No, it was 2 days ago. Oh, okay, yeah. And we talk about this, we communicate about this, so you have no idea how many times, and this keeps us close, actually. Communication is amazing, it's magic, okay? No, but tell them what happened to you. But yeah, what happened to me is that for some reason, what did I say? I said, like, we have 18 years, there's 18 years apart from, and she goes, no. She said, no, it's 28. Wait a second. And then she goes, what's the age gap between you and your mom? And I'm like, 23. I was shocked. I said, don't touch me anymore. I went through like this. I was like, where did you get 18? Like, how did you come up with that number? I don't know. It's just my denial thing going on in my head, maybe. It's making it less, maybe. When numbers are a bit abstract in your head, that's what happened. But that thing, when you said, like having this realization that my age gap with my mom is less than the one I have with you,
it was shocking. I had a mini trauma right there and then. She got worried. I think you got worried because you thought, oh my God, maybe she's gonna break up with me. Say the truth.
No, I didn't get, like, I just felt like, how are you just realizing this? Like, we've been together for like 10 years.
It's just this comparison with the age gap I had with my mom.
Yeah.
And that did it. It's like,
became too real.
It became so real. You see, I'm still struggling with this. And then I start saying, it's unnatural, we shouldn't be together, this and that. But then, again, like,
what do you do if I leave you? What are you going to do with yourself?
Exactly. I don't want to give up this relationship. We cultivated so well, like, until now. Why? Just because...
And then you went and said, if you leave me, I think I'll die in 3 days.
Yeah.
There was like a huge swing
of
the pendulum, and we're like, don't worry, we're good. Okay. I'm not leaving. Yeah. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It is unnatural, but like, what are you gonna do? We live in a weird reality, okay?
Yes.
And then she was like, why are we out here on YouTube preaching this? We're doing something so bad. Like, you felt so guilty about the whole YouTube channel.
Yes, exactly. No, it was real.
You were like, we shouldn't show this to people as an example. This is bad. We should be telling people it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I can go back into that space anytime if I allow myself doing that. But then there is another aspect, exactly that, okay, so, and now what? I had this realization, and now what? Am I going to take actions, and what those actions mean? Breaking up, and then causing so much pain to you and to myself.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's the point of that?
Let's be real in a different way. Is the age gap, realization of this huge age gap, more important than that connection we have? Whether it's sexual or not, it doesn't matter. Like, sex, we are just talking about sex is so overrated, okay? But let's talk about connection, really, because then everything falls into place.
Yeah, I mean, this didn't start out as a sexual thing anyway. It started out as connection. Like,
exactly.
It genuinely started out as, she's my best friend, and I'm going to say I love you because I feel it.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're just best buddies, and we say I love you, and we cuddle, but that's it. We're nothing more than that. And
exactly.
then we started, like, it got more intimate. But it started from that connection. Yeah. And, yeah, if you can hold on to that, and the connection still feels, like, solid and there, I guess, like, sex is not that important.
And talking about everything, like you say, it's great. We talk about everything going back to the letter. But the fact that there is an elephant in the room, it means there's no connection, really. You can have amazing discussions, and maybe through the discussions, you might feel that glimpse of a wonderful connection. So you should go into that feeling and bring that up in between the two of you and start cultivating that and talking about your feelings, because that's, where the connection starts. When the connection is expressed, talking about your feelings, feeling about, the fact that you don't have a sexual relationship and these things, basically, and what she feels, what you feel, and her fears, and all this, going into these belief systems, basically, and see if you can break them in order to give that connection life.
Nice.
Oh,
where did you pull that out of?
I don't know. If you ask me to say it again, I don't know. I couldn't repeat that.
Okay. Well, that was pretty good. I guess we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. And just give us an update.
You can even just write it in the comments if you don't feel like writing to us again. Like, we'll pin the comment so everyone can see it.
Yes. Or you can even...
Or you can send us another letter.
Send us another letter and see if things moved along. We want to know if you guys started connecting. That's what we're interested in. That's where the miracle is in this case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.